getting it's got a few thousand followers.
Okay. Cool. Middling famous. All right. And sorry, I missed his name if you said it at the start. Did you say it?
No, I didn't. It's Swizzle McFunkytown.
Yes. Swizzle.
Pseudonym, obviously.
Yes, of course. Does everybody call you Swizzle? Like, when you're just hanging around at home or in the, wherever you are.
Uh,
People that know you, do they call you Swizzle?
Everyone I know calls me Swizzle, but my mum calls me Theodore.
Sure.
I'm gonna call you Funky.
No, she refuses to call me McFunkytown.
That's so good. I love it. All right. Okay, so there's a few mechanical things that go along with the concept. Is everybody now got the open?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Jump over to page 250, and starting at half. Maybe reduce character concept down to that idea, and there is a spot at the top of the character sheet for concept. So yeah, just boil your character concept down to little points, 2 or 3, 4.
So 250 was it, Squid?
So yeah, page 250 was what was the character creation thing? And yeah.
So we're writing down a concept right now?
Yeah, the concept. Yep, that's in the it's in the character sheet. It's on the.
So just a few words.
The
Who they are.
Yeah, just a short little, a few words of who they are.
Sorry, where are we putting the short description?
In the character sheet, how it's got the 9 boxes at the top: name, nature, tradition. One of those concept.
Yep.
All right. So every mage, when they get awakened, I don't know whether they become aware of it or it attaches itself to them, but every awakened mage has an avatar. An avatar is a separate entity from the mage, but it's the thing that allows them to do magic, thing that allows them to bend or break reality as they will, and each one can be weak or strong, or and there's 4 different types. There is dynamic, static, primordial, and questing avatars, and this can be in conflict with your own personality. For example, an introvert could have an avatar that is wanting to go out and do things and be a force for change, whereas the introvert just wants to sit at home and have his own little world and
Yeah.
whatever, So, you can be in conflict or you can be in harmony. Totally your choice. But this is the essence box in the top of the character sheet, sort of next to the concept. So you should choose one of the 4 types: dynamic, static, primordial, and questing.
Could I
So
make...
you say they kind of like on Navi?
Yeah, a little bit. They're not as they don't get in your talk to you in spirit sphere, but you sort of get the feelings that it's there, and it gives you sort of compulsions and pushes you in the direction that it wants to go.
Could I make...
So you sort of feel it there and stuff like that.
Can I make the AI that's in my headset my thing?
Probably not, because I don't think avatars are as conscious as you're wanting your AI to be. Your
Okay.
AI is probably more like a familiar,
Yeah.
some companion.
Okay.
Not quite your avatar. But yeah, it does have a short description for each. Dynamic is a passionate force for progress and change. Static is grounded agent of secure stability. Primordial is an elusive figure, primal mystery, and questing is a wandering dreamer of new horizons.
Interesting.
Yeah,
What page are these on, Squid?
still on 250. We're just going through the list there of all the character creation things.
So how do we edit our thing you're talking about?
How do you what?
Because we're choosing the kind of type of thing we've got, right?
Yeah, you put it in the essence box, whether it's dynamic, static, primordial, or questing.
Which one is the one that like makes you go out more, like force for change?
Dynamic.
Dynamic.
Or that.
Yeah, it depends on what its motivation for going out and doing things is. Is he wandering and looking for something, or is he
The one I'm thinking of
going
was-
out and making it happen?
It's the type that like is like, yeah, you should go out here and do this because it'll help what you're trying to achieve, whatever. Whereas my guy's like, no, I can do it this way. He prefers to do it the more secret way.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
it's a more open.
it's dynamic then. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to put down for mine.
And like I said, it doesn't have to be in line with your character. They could be in conflict.
Yeah.
Conflict makes it more interesting for me.
Yeah, I've got a bit of conflict. Yeah. I've got primordial.
Okay.
So I'll probably be like primordial just like got his own sort of like maybe sinister plans. I'm just sort of like, oh yeah, whatever. But
Fair enough. Primordial is sort of like you're like symbiotes. You know, he attaches himself to a being and can do things that way, and you get magic. You know, it's a mutual relationship.
Like in Black Desert.
yeah, guess so. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going for.
Yeah. Figured it out, Shannon?
Yeah, I think primordial probably.
Okay. So it's like mysterious and elusive and maybe a part of you that you just don't quite understand. You don't know why it chose you.
No, I want to make it more like it wants me to go like do stuff and like be aggressive and that sort of thing.
Okay, well that's probably dynamic.
Okay.
Alright, and Robert, you got one?
Yeah, I'm going dynamic. It's the sort of thing that's going to push me into trouble, I guess.
Yeah. Which is what you like to do with all your characters.
Keeps it interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe
All
I
right,
should
next we
change.
should. Next we should. Hey, at the end of all things, it's your character, and it's up to you to play it that way, if you know what I mean. But it's sort of something that you keep in mind, something that pushes in that direction. Yeah, next thing we should do is the archetypes, the nature and demeanor. There's a list of them on page 250 there, archetypes, nature and demeanor. Or it has the reference there, see page 267 to 273 for like a further bigger description of them all. But maybe have a look through that list and pick one or two that you should want to read the full description of. But you're going to, on 250 is the like the short list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's on the right hand side there. It says archetypes. you choose two of these. One of them is your nature, and one of them is your demeanor. And your demeanor is who you are on the outside, who you appear to everybody else, and all that kind of stuff. Your nature is who you are really inside, and whether or not those things are they can be the same thing. You can be true to who you are, in the public, or you can be hiding something. Your demeanor can be a mask for your true nature.
So I can just write anything there, or do I have to go by a list?
No, you should go by the list.
What's the list, or is that down below?
It's on 250.
It's like
On the right.
It's weird.
On the right hand side, it says archetypes, and there's a list of all of them. There's about 20 there, and then at the top of there, it says right under the title, it says see page 267 for a further a big description of them. But you should.
It's really annoying.
You're not in the how do you do that book, are you?
No. I was on 250, but like it's just so simple. I can't tell. That's
Wait, is your 250 like look like the character sheet?
No, I accidentally scrolled down a bit with a tab.
Okay, because I had that problem. It was saying 250 was like the character sheet.
It depends on your reader.
Yeah.
Because on mine, page 250 is the thing that says character creation process. Yeah, because it considers the first page as the page. Yeah.
So I'm on 250, right?
Yeah. What are you saying?
You said it's on. Where is it?
Read me something from page 250. What does it say?
It's got name A, player B, Chronicle C.
Yeah, scroll down
HD.
one more.
Oh, is that what we're on? Okay.
Yeah.
Slipping.
Yeah. So in archetypes on the right hand side there, the list of them.
Yeah.
All right. So for those of you that where 250 was the page was the character sheet, keep in mind that you're always going to be one page behind. So if I say 250, you want to go to 251. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
How do you spell chauvinist?
Say 263 was the page.
CHAU.
Sorry?
Say 263 was the page.
267 was the full version, the start of them.
Yeah, it's got a link next to the thing showing where it goes to.
Oh, they are links. Oh, I didn't even realize that they were links.
Really? So you've been scrolling, yeah, you can click on them and it will take
That
you there
is
straight away.
So good.
Wow.
I didn't even know you could put links in a PDF. Ah, that's awesome.
Totally got dunked on.
So has anybody figured out what their nature and demeanor?
I
Yeah.
believe so. I'm still reading up on what my stuff is.
Yeah. My demeanor is contrary, and my nature is trickster.
Okay.
My nature is traditionalist and my demeanor is loner.
Okay, that's interesting. You show you like to present your outward face as a loner and that you want to do your yeah. Yeah, I like
I'm just
that.
trying to think of though.
Yeah, that's good. You should sort of stick to your character concept. I myself am making an NPC called Desmond. He is a DJ. He is motivated. He is a bigot, and he is a chauvinist. Yeah, his essence is dynamic, and his nature is his demeanor is crusader. He likes to let people know that he's like a frontline fighter, and that he goes out and gets stuff done. But inside he's a machine. He just likes the power. He likes to, he's that kind of killer that likes the moment when he sees the life go out of their eyes, or that feeling of having power over somebody. He's that kind of person, but he likes to paint himself as as a crusader, I'm doing the right thing here.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's pretty cold.
Yeah, it is.
Well, my guy's his demeanor is a rogue, so he's like the typical '80s hair.
Yeah,
rock
yeah.
Stuff. Down with the man, over to authority. But yeah, his nature is idealist. He wants to make the world a better place.
Okay.
By throwing down the man.
Okay. So he really believes in it then.
Oh yeah.
All right. Is everybody done?
Still reading a bit.
Okay. What are you sort of thinking? Who is he inside and who is he on the...
Okay. Well, it's generally the same, I guess. It's just like on the inside, doesn't show it as much. His nature. So on the outside, he like seems. Oh, that's the one idealistic. Right? No. Where's it? Where is it? On the one. Wait.
I just realized my character is going to be a critic of the blog, and he's going to be an art critic.
An art critic, okay. All right, that paints him in a different light. Is he like you've put the picture there as like Star-Lord? Is he that kind of like jerk? Doesn't care what anybody thinks and all that kind of thing, or is he?
He's actually more like social and charismatic. Just like like he's kind of devil's advocate, but in a way that people like him, and he's like really knows his way, got a silver tongue, and knows his way around people.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And before you get the worst roles.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I had it either art or food critic. One of those.
Yeah. There's a lot you can hate.
That is true. I guess that also works with like the silver tongue and just like, coming up, just making up stuff.
How about a modern art critic?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going for. Just like, but like the sort of thing where just like you can either just like agree with something or just like completely shut it down, just because he feels like it, like not really based on like whether it's good or not, like or depending on like whose work it is and like what effect it would have. Yeah, because he's a trickster. He just likes getting a reaction at people.
Yeah. So, Alex, have you got an idea?
Yeah. In his nature, he's like a bit of a hacker. He likes to push the boundaries of technology in his own way.
Yep.
So, like, he'll want to hack into, like, the Pentagon security kind of thing just for fun.
Yeah, okay.
But on his outside, he seems really creative because he's an innovator, right? So, because he does everything his own way. He doesn't use the typical means of, like, coding or whatever.
Okay. So he's the kind of person that loves to do a thing just because, like, just to see if he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's good. I like it. All right. so after all those things, now we go to so attributes are physical, social, and mental, mundane facets of your character. You should prioritize your primary, secondary, and tertiary category. So, say put them in order: social, mental, and physical. Which one you want the most of, the second most of, and the least of, and put 7 points in the highest, 5 points in the medium, and 3 points in the lowest. And those do not include the first dot.
So 753.
753, yes, and I don't think there is a maximum for starting off.
Right. I have a dexterity.
Did Savannah robot for anybody else?
Yeah,
robot
for me. Sorry, so did you say that was 7, 5, and 3?
753, yes. And that doesn't include the.
Yeah, there's only 5 dots. I'm just typing it in. Would physical stuff take into account the things I would do if I'm in a combat situation? Like, if I made a lightsaber...
what you were talking about earlier, I mean, perhaps dexterity might.
That's what I meant.
But, primarily that kind of stuff that you were talking about earlier today, that would be mostly magical in nature, you know.
So that would be like mostly intelligence.
No, magic has very little to do with mental stats in this, so you can feel free to have a dumb mage. It's their will that allows them to bend reality, not their intelligence.
Oh, yeah, this guy's gonna be smart.
See, I'm not sure if I want charisma or manipulation. Thinking maybe manipulation.
Perception is the stuff around him, right? Like noticing stuff around you.
Literally that perceiving, it's sight, sound, smell.
And wits is like being smart about things around.
Wits is thinking fast. You know, a little bit of streetwise as opposed to like brute force knowledge.
Yeah, like street smart is probably the best analogy.
Yeah.
Don't know if I want more wits or more perception with this guy.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you'd.
Does like
probably
intelligence
use
and stuff have anything to do with academics and stuff?
Yes, it does.
Some points. You said I had to be good at computer stuff, right?
Yeah, you do.
So, how does the attributes work? Do we just pick one?
What do you mean, pick one?
Like, for the physical, like how many points do we get to put in it? Or...
Oh, so if you want physical as your, like, you want the most points in that, you put in 7 extra points, and then, like, you choose whether you want social or 5 points in that, and you put 3 points in the last one.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are extra points that we distribute them afterwards in that slot.
What?
So everybody gets 1 point in every attribute, and then you can put 7 points in one of the 3 columns. You can put 5 more points in one of the other 2 columns.
Like if I've got 7 in social, does that mean I can distribute it between charisma, manipulation, appearance?
Yes. You just distribute those 7 points between charisma, manipulation.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's 7 on one, like either physical, and 5 on like choose for social. And then,
Yeah, and then
okay, I get you.
Yep.
I get you. I get you.
Sorry if that wasn't clear
That's
to
a
you,
bit
man.
confusing.
Yeah, I was thinking we just picked one from each and gave those extra points to each one of them.
Well, yeah, there's only 5 boxes, so it's not possible.
For the record, I understood what you meant.
Thanks, man.
Yep, same here.
And
We've
you
already
get
talked about it, though,
smart.
Silvano.
Huh. Let's see.
But I understood what you meant then as well.
All right, is everyone done?
Oh, I'm just actually choosing it now because now I understand what you mean. Left, I went to AFK, salty.
What happened there?
I just clicked on the channel to see more information and it moved me.
Uh,
I think we should have. Oh, in the concept and identity, we should have chosen the tradition and cabal, which we'll do after we do the attributes. Because it says affiliation, and I was like, "What's affiliation?" I don't know over it, but no, it's the tradition and cabal. Yeah.
Alright, I've done my attributes.
All right, is everyone done?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, we'll talk about what tradition your mage is from. There are 9 traditions. There is also orphans and hollow ones. Orphans don't belong to any, but maybe not by their choice. Whereas hollow ones actively chose not to join the traditions. On page, I don't know.
I can't find it.
I can't find it.
There's a list of traditions on 251.
Yes, there is. There we go. That's probably good enough. And there's a further explanation. Go to 1.4. Yeah. So there's the Akashiana or the Akashic Brotherhood. They have a lot of Asian influence, very by martial arts and personal discipline, things like that. There's the Celestial Chorus, who all believe in a god, a one universal entity with music and voice song. The Cult of Ecstasy, or the Sahajia, they are literally what it sounds. They take a lot of drugs, they do a lot of sex, and they believe that fulfillment comes through meeting and transcending the limitations of which they try and bring on with very sensual pleasures, like drugs and
Naughty stuff.
sex and generally things like that. There's the Dream Speakers or the Kavadi. These are your pretty typical shamans and spirit mages and summoners and things like that. They believe that the earthly cultures have been like looted and abandoned and oppressed, and they want to sort of bring things back to maybe the way things were, respecting the world and nature and things like that. There's the Euthanatos, that Chakravanti is sometimes called. They believe in the inevitable end of everything. They